Janae is a name of a relative that saved mine and my cousin's ass while we were traveling back from Greyhound all the way from North Dakota. And I recently talked about this story on my last episode where we Greyhounded all the way to Montana. I got picked up there and my cousin drove us the rest of the way home. And it takes a special person and a special cousin to do that. I called my mom, my other cousin, Corinne. It's actually her birthday today. And said, yo, you should come pick me and Darian up in North Dakota. Meet us halfway. And she just laughed and said, you'll get home, cuz. Love you. And my mom just kind of laughed and said, take a Greyhound. And, Janae didn't hesitate. And Janae came right through and saved us. There was tornadoes going on and no DAPL was going on. And there's a lot of things going on in Native country. And I didn't really know what to do. And, Janae got in her car and she said, I'll be there. I don't want to get up right now, but I'll get there and come pick you guys up. And she did that. And shout out to my fam. Shout out to Gabe. Shout out to Keegan, Kayla, Penelope. I know they listen and love you guys. And so, yeah, this episode is dedicated to Janaes Rescue, because she was so upset that I didn't say her name, because I said my cousin, and I apologize for that. But I've really, I've been having a good week and a good day so far. And 2 days ago, I was in building a studio with my grandpa, and we made it out of all cedar, and the cedar was still wet, and I think the cedar got to me, and it made me sick, and I started throwing up, and throwing up from the other end as well, and I didn't feel too great, so I laid down for a couple days, cleaned out my system, and I feel fine, And when you get sick right now in this type of year, you're thinking you got COVID and stuff, but, I'm already feeling perfectly fine. I'm out here recording here in the RV. The RV is, I think, the best recording space because, there's so much stuff in here, so it really makes the audio sound better to me, and I just love it. It's the way of living, and it's not permanent, but RVs are pretty legit, and so yeah, what's everyone been doing? I hope everyone's commute's going well. I hope there's a little less traffic right now in the world, but there's a lot of things that are going on in the world right now. I'm wearing a yellow long sleeve shirt. I had to bring attention to that because I just bought it at Target. So make sure Goodfellow has some good stuff. I think Goodfellow is like the new company of how Walmart has Sam's Club, and I always wondered, why is Walmart say Sam? Why is it Sam's Club? And then I was like, oh, Uncle Sam. That's what I was thinking, and maybe, and so Goodfellow I think is kind of like that to them, maybe. They're a good company, but I don't know what they support, and that's another thing too. There's a lot of people who will not eat at certain restaurants or will not go to certain places because they support certain things, and I understand that because there is some businesses that I've eaten at, and then I figure out who they support, and then I'm like, oh man, I don't really want to go there now, and it's nothing against the food workers or the people who work there, but the suits ahead, these suits, sometimes think a post is going to fix what they've done. And what I mean by that is Black Lives Matter and all that stuff that is going on. And some people think, if we just make our profile picture black for a day, people are going to, think we're a perfect company again. And that's not really how it is. I did post that black square on my Instagram, and I quickly got messaged and like, this isn't really doing anything, and Black Lives Matter, you're like clogging up the feed, and I kind of got like pushed around for it, but I'm a person who is not a black person. I am Native, and I'm a Native American, so I am a person of color. I mean, I'm not a black person, so I don't know what it's like to be black, and I never will, but I do know what it's like to be Native, and it's just, I understand that. And so I'm always for people who are trying to, be equal with everyone, because that's how it should be. And this podcast is, I'm sweating just kind of talking about this stuff, because it's really nerve-wracking to talk about this stuff, but I know it's good to talk about, and my fans and people who listen, I hope you guys are listening and knowing my stance on it, because I know some people, like when they go to Chick-fil-A, they want to know where their money and who they're supporting, or when they go to McDonald's, or who they're supporting. And I know you guys listen and you guys sacrifice your time, so that's what I'm for. I'm all for Black Lives Matter, and for everybody understand that and can hear the truth in my voice when I say that, because that's what I feel. And that's the relevant things that are going on in the world. And the stock market is down right now, and I'm a person who has stocks, and those aren't doing too well. But I don't have my whole life savings in them. That's another thing. Don't put all that in there unless you're confident and you're smart with it. And I'll be honest, I'm not the smartest stock person anywhere. I'm also not the smartest person when it comes to like taking a shit, because sometimes when I'm going to take a shit, as soon as I get in the bathroom, like I almost shit my pants. And I don't know if I'm the only one who does that, but as soon as I get in the bathroom and I just know I'm in a bathroom, my body just wants to, like, I got to unbuckle my pants right away. It's kind of scary how fast my body knows when I'm in a bathroom. It was scary one time too, when I was going to Catholic school, and this was sophomore year of high school. And my mom, she was working 3 jobs at the time to support me and my brother. And we, I would procrastinate a lot as a kid, and I wouldn't tell my mom certain stuff, and like homework deadlines and stuff, because I usually got it done in time. But this time I forgot we had communion, which is like, church service once a month at the school. And for that, you have to wear like a tie, and you have to wear nice shoes. Like, it was like you had to be dressier than normal. And I didn't have a tie, and I didn't have any of that, just because I never really needed one when I was a kid. I'd always put on like a nice sweatshirt, like a nice sweater or something, and that would usually be me dressing up, or just like a button up. But I didn't have like a tie that fit me or anything. And I told my mom at like 8 p.m. And the reason I told her at 8 p.m. was because I was like, okay, well, if I tell her at 8 p.m., then she'll be like, oh, well, you don't have to go to school tomorrow, honey. Like, we don't have the clothes. I don't want to send you, not in the right clothes. You could just not go to communion tomorrow. So I told her at 8 p.m. and I was like, yeah, I don't got to go to communion. There's no credit or anything going on that day. It's just church. And my mom's like, no, you're going. We're paying this money for you to go to Catholic school. Our tribe's paying. You're going. So she started yelling at me, you can't be putting off stuff like this. And so we go to Ross. She grabbed me, and we went to Ross. She bought me church clothes, bought me all this nice, stuff for school. And then the next day comes, I didn't even know how to tie my tie, because I didn't want to ask her after her doing all that for me. And she was, I paint this picture like in the story, like she was being really mean, but she just said, no, we need to go get you clothes. And, she got up from relaxing, and, after 3 days of work, 3 jobs of hard work that day, and still brought me to Ross to get clothes. So props to her. And, I finally get to the school, and I sit with the tie around my neck, and I just like have it hanging, and I had my coat over it. My geometry teacher's like, Dom, why don't you tie your tie? And I sat there tying my whole tie, and everyone was kind of laughing. And she's just like, come up here for a second. And like, I thought she was going to like put me into detention or some shit. And she's like, go next door to the teacher next door. He knows how to tie a tie. And I went in there, and I was embarrassed. I was like, can you help me tie this tie? And he's like, of course. And he was really cool about it. He's like, anytime you need help, he's all, just leave it like this so you can just adjust it. And that was really sweet of him. Cool of him. And I go back in there, and everyone just kind of knew I didn't know how to tie a tie, but that's how things go. Sometimes you don't know things, and that's all right. And I was just, I did it, and I knew how to tie a tie from then on. And anytime anyone needs help tying a tie, I know how to tie a tie one way. And that's just how things go for me. And I learned. But I learned another lesson too. I would go to the Boys and Girls Club a lot when I was in elementary school. Because we lived close to elementary school. My mom would get off at 4:30 and she'd come pick us up after. So we'd go there, and school would get out like 3, so we'd be there for an hour and a half, or my grandpa would pick us up. And we'd go to the Boys and Girls Club and we'd hang out, and I remember they'd always have activities like, you could go play basketball, you can go play at the pool table, you can go to the computer room. They had all these really fun things to do as a kid, and they still do. And I remember they're like, all right, we're going to have an activity. It was like a summer activity or spring activity. It was really hot out. And they're like, we're going to have a fruit roll-up eating contest. And me, man, I love fruit roll-ups. So I signed up. I was like the first person to sign up. And then, but I like fruit roll-ups that are fruit by the foot, the really sugary ones that are 3 feet long. And I was like, oh, I could eat those for days. My grandpa buys those all the time. And we get there, and they're like, all right, we got organic fruit by the foot, or fruit roll-ups. And I was like, oh, organic? Oh man, most organic stuff is just not good, just because there's no sugar in it. So I start eating, and I was like, I was really hyping myself up to everyone in the contest, because there's like 6 people. I think they were my friends. I don't remember who they were. And I was like, yeah, let's do this, man. I eat these all the time. And everyone's like, okay, we get it, dude. You eat a lot of fruit roll-ups. We get it, And I was just eating. And I think I was like prepping. I had one. I was just like fast eating. I was a weirdo. And they're like, all right, here it is. And then we got these organic ones. And then I was just like, this is what, this is a joke, right? And they're like, no, these are the organic fruit roll-ups. We're going to be doing an eating challenge because you kids need to start eating better. And I was like, okay. And then I just tried to power through it, and they were disgusting. I didn't like them, and man, they just were nasty. I was really let down. I was really, really let down. I don't know why. It's just how things went, as a kid. And you get your, when you have your hopes up like that. Really? Oh man, I wonder if you're yawning right now. Yawning is contagious. Imagine if COVID was as contagious as yawning. Ooh, it would be like a game of Plague Inc. at that point. But at the Boys and Girls Club, you had, your whole range of kids. It was just like school. You had your kids who would play the sports, the pool table, the computer kids, the art kids, the kids who wouldn't really do anything. They just kind of sit outside waiting for their parents, kids who would kind of hide outside, or maybe, the kids who would hide in the snack room. You had your people sneaking into the bathroom together, female, male. They'd sneak in there and kiss or whatever, hold hands. There was these kids too who would like run in, because in the bathroom there, there was one shower stall, and they would go fill up the shower water and like get water and throw it at each other. There was all that kind of stuff, or there's the kid who would do his homework in front of everybody. He'd be like in the lobby of the Boys and Girls Club with all these kids, and he'd be sitting there, doing his homework. Shout out to him, man. Whoever that kid was, if that was you, hit me up, man. Because you were able to get stuff done. I wasn't, man. I never did homework in elementary school, I don't think. I think I did the times tables one time, and I had my somebody help me. It was my mom, my auntie, and I asked them to help me with it, and they like got upset. And they're like, damn, this is hard. And then I just started never asking. I just started figuring it out on my own. But yeah, when you're a kid too, like Otter Pops are a big thing. And I loved Otter Pops. I really liked the pink ones and the blue ones as a kid. I didn't really fuck with the orange and red or the yellow or the green ones. I really loved the pink and blue ones, but everyone did. Everybody liked the pink ones. The pink Otter Pops were the best ones. And I think it was because they're like a fruit punch most of the time. but I really enjoyed them. And what happened to the kids who would bite, the top of their Otter Pops? I wonder what those kids are up to, because I do know a couple people out there, who did that. And I sometimes wonder if they're okay. Because I never did that, bro. I'd get the scissors every time and just cut the top. But some people would just like bite it and just ding. Man, my teeth just hurt thinking of that, man. I had braces. Maybe I did do it a little bit. My bro Rob told me that, he saw me do it a couple times, and maybe that's why I had braces. Oh, dude, that makes my teeth hurt. Next time you see an Otter Pop, just remember those kids who just bite it and it was cold and they just rip it. Man, those kids were ruthless. But some of those kids who did that had half metal teeth anyway. My mom would call them Metal Mario teeth to help me and my brother feel better about them. I think I had like 3 cavities, not at a time, but throughout my life. And I never had a cap, but I would get them filled. And one time I just got it ripped out. So the ripping and one out sucked. The fillings suck. And then I had a cavity when I was older, probably like 4 years ago. And it was in between my teeth. Oh, man. That was not fun. And then when I got my, I had the rookie dentist too do it. And they were definitely a rookie. They were definitely a rookie. And I mean, I get it. Everyone's gonna earn their ropes somehow, but it's just, I don't get it. And imagine a rookie too, like a rookie person, in a sport makes sense, but like a rookie actor or actress. Can we get rid of actress and actor? Is that okay? Like, I feel like sometimes, to me personally, like when you say actor and actress, it makes sense. But I feel like if you're going to put best actor, I feel like women and men should go against each other sometimes. Because I sometimes feel like there's a better actress in the world than the actor, and sometimes there's a better act. I don't even know what I'm starting, but that's my opinion, because I feel like sometimes, like, do we need actor and actress? Can they just both be actor? I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe what I'm saying is offensive, and I don't mean it that way. But I'm trying to be progressive here. But a rookie actor, in front of a green screen, it's really cool. You get to do all these things. But imagine being the actor. Like the actors in superhero movies got all these like chrome effects. And they're in their costume and they have like these explosions. They got to act like there's something behind them. They got to go, ah! And there's like no effects, like, and then they gotta edit all that post, so they're all, yeah, like, and how's the cameraman not laughing their ass off? Because I'd be dying, bro. If someone's like, all right, record me, bro. I'm powering up. And, there's supposed to be flames, but they can't, because they gotta do all that in post. So actors without green screens, that would be funny, man. I think there is some like film on YouTube about that, and that stuff's hilarious. And you know what else is fucking hilarious is fucking Donut Day is, I swear, 27 times a month, or 27 times a year. It's National Donut Day 27 times a year to me. And don't get me wrong, this last National Donut Day I do think was the normal one. But if I see another National Donut Day within a month, I'm reporting National Donut Day, and I'm calling out these I'm calling these donut marketers out right now. National Donut Day, it's not a thing. They're tricking you. And they tricked me, because I definitely had donuts, on National Donut Day. But it happens so many times a year. Can we just call it like donut time of the month at this point? Because there's so many times it's National Donut Day. I wonder how many times they get, that's just, it's National Donut Day all the time, and I'm tired of it, and it's wearing me out a little bit. I don't really like eating food that's really the same color though either. So like, say someone says, "Yo, let's go get something to eat," and then we go get something to eat. It's like fried chicken, JoJo's, mac and cheese that's brown, like crusted on the top, and then they give me a brown drink, which is like a Coca-Cola or. Oh man, I don't like it when it's all that color. You should have at least 5 colors. There should be a green, at least a green or an orange, and then everything else is fine. Like if I had that and just one piece of broccoli, like I'm fine. Like I got 2 colors. But if I just got one color, oh no. It's like how when you dress, you should have a minimum of 3 colors at least. So if you're wearing black, white, and gray, you're good. You should never really go over 5 colors. I got blue, red, gray, and yellow. So I got 4. And I think you could count your eye color, I think. I don't really know. But I've been trying to play some Xbox, so I think I'm going to do that tonight. If you guys ever want to play Xbox, let me know. Oh, the next gen console wars is, it's slowly coming upon us. And I'm just putting it out there. All my followers and all my friends that are PS5 players, if it was you and an Xbox player on a cliff, I'd most likely save the person with the Xbox. And that's just honest truth. So if you're going to get upset that, you play PS4 or Sony, and I'm just saying I'm Team Xbox and I got to stay loyal. I mean, the reason why I picked Xbox is because Halo was a thing, and Halo, I see my older cousins, my older cousin Chris playing Halo all the time, and I wanted to play with Chris, and so I got an Xbox so I could play online with him. And he would always play really late, so I'd always have to try to stay up late. My mom would never let me stay up late to play. But I got an Xbox because of that, because I wanted to play with my cousins. And if he would have had a PS5 or a PS3 at the time, I would have got a PS3. It was just how my family did it, so it just stayed within. And I said, I'm just going to keep the Xbox thing going. And ever since then, I've just been Xbox. And maybe that's it for you PS4 and your Sony people, but I had a PSP. I can't lie. I had a PS2, but I drew the line when I got older. I said, all right, I'm just going to go Xbox. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm feeling really, I don't know, really good today. I got my car cleaned. I'm figuring out what I'm going to do to pay some of my bills. That's never fun. And yeah. But, I'm trying to stay afloat, do my thing, and be happy, and everything's going really well right now. My girlfriend and I, Quinn, are doing very great. And, my family's doing great. Everyone's in good health. Everyone's staying safe, and everyone's doing their thing. And everyone who has their own little niche and what they're doing, drawing, maybe they skateboard, longboard, surf, maybe they like to act in front of green screens. I'm glad they're out there doing it, because it's cool. And I got my hair cut by my guy Keith over at Prime Fades, fellow native hair cutter. So Keith Pablo, he cuts people up. I got a good haircut from him. Shout out to him. Go check him out. And I got a little inside scoop of some music from a couple guys who've been on the show. I'm not going to say who, because there's 2 of them making music right now, but we may have a cool intro coming in, some new music, so everyone be on the lookout for that. And be safe, stay out there and keep doing your thing. I love you guys, and thank you guys. This has been episode 58. We're on all the platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, SoundCloud. Remember, if you guys want to leave us a message here at Dom Joseph Podcast, 425-320-3641. Yeah, have a great one. And thank you guys for listening. Peace. Hoi.